Hi there, this is Tim Blankenship, owner of SCV Legal Doc Assist. We're a licensed and bonded legal document preparation firm specializing in the divorce process. And in this video, we're going to talk about how to prepare your divorce judgment forms when the other party has filed a response. So let's jump right into this and look at what the courts say we need to prepare in order to get this done. So if you've been watching our videos, you'll see that we've already talked about how to file the forms, how to serve the forms, how to prepare your financial disclosures and have those served as well. Now, in this case, where there has been a response filed, both parties will have had to have filed and served their disclosures. It says that right here. If the respondent files a response, he or she must also complete and serve the disclosure documents listed in step 3, which are indicated right here and we've talked about on previous videos. So now we're up to step 4, and we've covered these two here, the default judgments. Now we're talking about when the respondent files a response, what forms are necessary to prepare the judgment paperwork. So let's take a look. I do have a checklist that I utilize when preparing the judgment paperwork when a response was filed by the respondent, and we'll take a look at that here. Now, this is still considered an uncontested divorce. Even though the other party filed a response, it doesn't mean it's contested. It's uncontested, and this is because you have not gone to court and you didn't have to have a hearing and the judge make orders. In this uncontested divorce, this means that a petition was filed, so you filed your petition. A response was filed, okay? The other party or your spouse filed a response, but then ultimately you guys entered into a written agreement. Okay, so that's why this is still considered uncontested. So I'm going to quickly go over these forms, and all these forms I have prepared videos for. You can find out how to complete each and every one of these. Some of these you may or may not need, but I'm going to go over these quickly so you know what they are and where you can find them. The respondent's filing fee if first appearance, unless the respondent has a fee waiver or is currently on active duty in the military. So when you file that response, when the respondent files a response, they also have to pay their filing fee unless they have a fee waiver. So they have to have a copy of that when you supply that with the judgment paperwork. You have to have your appearance, stip, and waivers form, FL 130. If there's children, you have to have your UCC JEA, FL 105. Declaration regarding service. Your declaration regarding service, a final declaration of disclosure. And again, both parties will have to have this. Declaration for default or uncontested dissolution. It pays us down a bit. Your notice of entry of judgment. Now, here are some supplemental forms. If you have children and child support's being requested, you're going to need to do the forms listed here. These are all attachments to the judgment. You would simply fill them out and attach them. Child custody and visitation, if that's in the agreement, you need to attach this form here, this FL 341. If spousal support is going to be included, you have another attachment. So essentially, you have your basic 6 or 8 forms, and then you have additional attachments depending on the type and amount of orders that you're requesting. So that is the process in completing the judgment when you have a response filed. There are specific forms that you need to file. They're different. All the judgment paperwork is different depending on what happened, if a response was filed, if you're entering into an agreement, if you're not entering into an agreement. All of that can change. It just depends on what happened up to that point. Again, my name is Tim Blankenship, owner of SCV Legal Doc Assist. If you're looking for a company and an affordable way to prepare your divorce documents for you, we'd be happy to talk to you. Please give us a call or visit one of our local area websites for more information. Thanks so much.